Do you know that every day in the United States, people are dialing 911, a number created to save lives, but not every call ends with help arriving in time? In this video, you're going to discover the insane truth behind 911 calls, 3 real-life stories that reveal terror, panic, and moments people will never forget. A heart-wrenching kidnapping call that exposed flaws in the system, the terrifying last call from one of the 9/11 towers, and frantic pleas for help as a deadly flood swept through Texas. This isn't fiction. These are real people, real calls, real fear. By the end of this video, you'll understand just how terrifying 911 calls can be, and what happens on the other end of the line when help arrives too late. January 17th, 2008, Northport, Florida. A young woman named Denise Amber Lee called 911. Multiple calls were made during the kidnapping and murder that day, some by Denise herself and others by witnesses. But confusion, lack of communication, and failures in the dispatch system meant help didn't get there in time. The calls revealed a frantic situation, desperate pleas for help that soon turned into tragedy. The case later led to reforms in Florida's 911 laws, but the voices on those calls remain chilling reminders of how fragile life can be. September 11th, 2001, New York City. Among the thousands who called 911 that day was an executive named Kevin Cosgrove. He was trapped in the South Tower of the World Trade Center. On the phone with dispatchers, Cosgrove described his location as the tower began to collapse. Then, a rumble, then frantic final words. His 911 call, played later in court, became one of the most haunting records of what people experienced inside the towers. A man calling for help as the world around him fell apart. July 4th, 2025, Central Texas. Catastrophic flooding struck Kerr County late at night. Rising water swept through towns, ripping people from their homes, trapping families in attics and rooftops. Dispatchers were overwhelmed with calls. More than 400 911 calls for rescue as floodwaters engulfed cabins, mobile homes, and camp lodges. The voices on the recordings were raw, pleading for help, begging for boats or helicopters, telling dispatchers they could feel the water rising. Children crying, parents screaming, people telling rescuers they were trapped with nowhere else to go. Some survived, others did not. The calls revealed the sheer terror of people facing a disaster they never expected. We call 911 because something has gone terribly wrong. Sometimes it's sudden, an accident, a disaster, an attack. Sometimes it's death slowly closing in. But in every single call, there is fear, unfiltered, unmasked, real human panic. These calls aren't just numbers on a screen. They're voices, frozen in moments no one ever wants to relive. 9/11 was created to save lives, but the truth is, sometimes calling for help is the last thing a person ever does. And what happens on the other end of the line is a snapshot of life at its most fragile. 911, the number we trust in our darkest moments, and the number that has heard some of the most haunting voices America has ever known. If this video made you think even 1%, make sure you subscribe before you go.